Thanks so much for joining us this evening. Tonight's title, Time for a Rewrite, was inspired by a conversation I was having with a friend where a question came up where it's like, what if that just didn't happen, right? Whatever that, potentially negative thing is, what if we just told ourselves a different story about it? Anyway, you're watching Seeing the Unseen with your host Christopher LaPrath, and my name's Kenan, his son and the producer of this show. For anyone who might be out there joining us for the very first time, be sure to say something in the chat, whichever platform you're on, so that I can know you're here and put you in line for a reading. First time, it's always free. Going forward after that, it's just $10 per reading, or you can pay $100 and cover the entire month, which I think is a pretty sweet deal. So that's 3 shows per week. It's a bit of a savings. Now, readings are a great way to invest in yourself, your healing, and your future. Thank you all so very much for your contributions, and enjoy the show. Here's Christopher.
Hey, happy Sunday evening, everyone. Here's some great, blessed incense prayers for you. And this is to help you rewrite your story. And let me explain that. Have you ever gone to visit somebody and they tell you the same stories that they told you the last time? Or you call them and they tell you the same story. And you've heard the story many, many times, but you want to be polite and you listen to the story again. Well, kudos for your patience. That's awesome. And your kindness. But don't you think sometimes Spirit goes, oh my God, here goes their story again. But the angels, God, Spirit is kind, long-suffering, and they'll kindly listen to your story again. But isn't it about time to change your story if you want to change your story? So this is that incense for you to help you change your story that's in your head that you've been repeating over and over again. This energy tonight is about changing your story. And it goes along really fantastic with the group card tonight. I love the colors of this card. It's the Akashic Records. We've talked a little bit about what the Akashic Records are. But it's clearing old stories. Releasing past lives. This is about freedom. And freedom from the old stories. So what old stories do you want to change? What would you like to really tell yourself? And actually be put into action. So Akasha is a Sanskrit word. It means simply ether, like air, or sky-based. Akasha means sky-based. Now, it's a compendium of universal experiences, universal events, including your events, not just from this lifetime, but from any previous lifetimes. I like this. This woman named Helen Blavatsky was one of the founders of Theosophy. And she described the Akashic records as indestructible records of the astral light. So sometimes during a reading, a past life will come up or a past event. And we can repeat the story of that past life or past event. For instance, horrible fear of water, horrible fear of heights, absolutely avoiding at any cost any type of conflict. Those are indications that there may be something from a previous experience, or it could be even family, from generational family events. And we've talked about this before. The science has proven many times that events within a family, the experiences or the feelings of those events, even though it happened 100 years ago or 200 years ago, those feelings can be carried over. And then here we come along thinking it's all us. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. So if you're feeling stuck or you're feeling unsure, take a minute and just be quiet and ask these records here on the card, to reveal to you essential soul lessons. Essential soul lessons or information that will help you fulfill your mission or purpose here on this planet. That's the whole point of Akashic Records. I mean, people don't have any problem looking up their symptoms on WebMD or Wikipedia. Go to those Akashic Records and go, what happened here? Or you can give me a call. Okay? But this is releasing you. This show tonight is about releasing you from past experiences, and then to create or to rewrite. You know, Scott and I have, previous to meeting Scott, I had already rewritten the script twice. When I met him, we rewrote it 3 times, and we're not done rewriting. None of us are done rewriting. You don't get done in this life rewriting. It's all about rewriting. So this is so any soul-based fears from previous lifetimes, this is about letting those go, reclaiming your freedom, and rewriting your story. Ready for a rewrite? That's what the show's about. Okay. Now, Laurel is at a concert tonight. So she asked me to pull a card for her first. Well, she didn't ask me to pull a card for her first. But I told her I would pull a card for her first so she can watch it later. And she's in Texas. So, and you know what? Welcome, everybody. Well, what a perfect card for all of us. This is called needed change, Laurel. So this is a father carrying the daughter through the water, but not looking at what's beneath. So this is perfect. I love this, that it goes right along with the Akashic Records, to look beneath or to look below what is really going on here, because it is an opportunity, right? It is a lesson that people can get. So those emotions are a gift. Those thoughts are a gift, going, wait a minute, what's going on here? What is underneath this? And Laurel, this is about the needed change coming. Okay? So rather than going wading in the ocean, maybe you'll go wading in Tahoe, right? Like Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe? There's a lake, you know what I mean? A lake where there's no sharks. My point is, so that this is about the sharks all going away. So I'm saying, I know Abby in Maryland, you live by the ocean, but this is about enjoying the beach without worrying about the sharks. So what lies beneath are we willing to let go of completely and let go of our story of sharks? You can be mindful of them, but you don't have to worry about them. The other thing, Laurel, read about Paul McCartney and from the Beatles and how he formed the group Wings. I don't know why that's important, but they're wanting me to tell you about Wings. Okay. All right. We'll talk. All right. Who's next?
Mindy.
Hey, Mindy. Man, I got to tell you, there's a theme going on here. In any way, shape, or form, are you willing to let go of reliving past trauma? Are you willing to let it go easily and comfortably? You actually survived the past trauma. What benefit does it do you to continue to bring it up or fear around recreating all right, Melinda, this is about you calling on your angels and your guides to shine light on these repressed fears, energies, or stories that are no longer serving you. They're not serving you anymore. Just because you burned the food last Sunday at dinner doesn't mean you're going to burn the food this Sunday. You're not a food burner. Sometimes it happens. Stop reliving the story. You got the lesson? This is about you moving on. This is so let me explain. This isn't, when I pull a card for any of you, I was doing a reading, I was doing a second or third reading for someone, doing a second reading, and she goes, oh my God, she goes, I took really good notes that first reading, and I just didn't do anything that you gave me to do on the list. And I thought, okay, let me explain this. I didn't give you a to-do list, but that's the way our brains work. This is about what's happening and what is going to happen as soon as the reading is done. Every word out of your mouth is a prayer. These readings are like prayers for you. This is what is occurring. This is letting go of past trauma. Okay? And also changing the sheets on your bed. I don't know, Melinda, why did I said that, but it's like a clean start. Okay, this is a clean start. Every day is a clean start. All right, who's next?
Very good. Yeah. So Marilyn Pitts.
Hey, Marilyn. Wow. So every one of you on the show has this. I don't know what to call it. I think the English language can be very limited. I know it is. So I'm going to use the word psychic, medium, intuitive, however you want to describe it. But there's every one of us is proficient in one or more of these abilities. And pay attention, Marilyn, to any like warmth or tingling in your hands. What I'm getting here is one of these gifts is this ability to heal. So I sent some of you, and I posted on Facebook today. They have a way of testing now people's energy fields, and love is a very, very high energy field. But a higher energy field is being authentic. That is the highest energy field there is truly, truly being authentic. And you can, so hear a difference here. What, me, a healer? Oh, I'm a healer. Now you see the difference there? Me, a healer, it's important to change the story to go, yeah, I'm a healer. Now you don't have to get business cards with that on it. But this is claiming your ability as a healer. This is the magician. I read for a group of women the other day, and they were in the finance industry. And the one woman, she had this healing ability to help people with money. So this isn't necessarily about just physical healing. It could be mental, emotional, spiritual, and financial. And so when I look at this whole group, what is your specialty to heal? So Marilyn, so anyway, I had this woman that I was reading for actually touch the other two women. And the other two women felt it because the other two women were newer to the financial industry and they could actually feel the energy. So this is you coming to terms or understanding more of your healing ability. Okay.
John Gletlinger's next.
Hey, John. Wow, great group tonight. I love this energy. Rewriting your stories. Yeah. All right, John, I love this card. I actually don't think I've ever seen it before, but it's called Strategic Solutioning. So is Austin on tonight?
Yes.
Okay. So Austin and John, you have something in common here with So you're smart, okay? And rewrite your story that I am smart. And avoid any sarcasm, any joking around you not being smart. Because the brain is very literal. The, the brain doesn't really have a sense of humor. It hears what it hears, and this is you using your brain as a tool and not have the tool take over your life. And this is you becoming more creative. So that's why your photos are so important. And when people want to picture, like that buffalo you took the other day, and I posted it on Facebook, if any of you saw that, fantastic, fantastic picture. That is your creative side. So that's why it's important for you to go into that creative side. So Austin, Lindsay, this creative side, because every one of you is very smart, but the creative side boosts the intelligence. It interacts. It's like getting chocolate on your peanut butter and peanut butter on your chocolate. It's the combination of both. So this is, and thank you, John, for pulling this card, because it's not just about it's about the creativity, doing something that's absolutely creative. Kenan, in doing this yoga training, they have him do body parts. What is it? It's anatomy. So he has to color different parts of the anatomy. And he has to do dozens and dozens and dozens of pages of anatomy and color these. But it's that there's something with creative. So I don't know if you're doing charts, or even Austin with you. And Lindsay can help Austin. Lindsay, you can really help Austin with this, with the creative side, and looking at things a little bit differently. Like using a different color for your books, or if you're doing an online Excel spreadsheet, being more creative with it. Okay, who's next?
Kat and Jared.
Hey, Jared. Hey, Kat. Thank you, guys. Thank you all, by the way. I'm going to stop here and thank you for your contributions that keep the show going. It's very, very much appreciated. Thank you. Okay. Oh, I'm still laughing, Jared, at the harvest card for Kat. And then, if any of you missed it, the last show I pulled the harvest card for Kat, and his entire doctor's office was dressing up as farmers for Halloween. It was pretty funny. Anyway. All right. First of all, Jared, and everyone on the show. Perfect partnership. We're in perfect partnership with the universe. We're in perfect partnership with the divine. This is the biggest part of rewriting your story. You are in perfect partnership. So, that being the case, filter that down, Jared, or in everyone on the show. You're in perfect partnership with your projects. You're in perfect partnership with your clients. You're in perfect partnership with the family. Now, how that looks, let the universe, because that's top of the row, right? The universe, God, divine, however you want to term it, that's the perfect partnership. And then know that as you go through this life, you look back and you go, wow, this was a perfect partnership. And just enjoy it, because there will be other perfect partnerships come along. Okay, Kat. Oh, here we go, Kat. Anywhere anywhere where you've had fear-based indecision, this is a previous fear coming up from a previous life. And I hear gunshots. So I don't know if this was a battle, if it was war, but it's gunshots. So I don't know how you feel about guns or loud banging noises. But are you willing to access those Akashic records and clear that out? And ask your angels to shine light on this. It was a severe heartbreak. Man, Kat, and you wanted to come back. You wanted to come back after that one. I got to give you huge kudos. This is repairing all that and any of those fears around loss. Are you willing to let go of any fear around loss, any energy going toward loss? And letting that go and getting the lesson from the Akashic records, that it's not just a memory, or it's not just a so it's not just like a lingering energy. So there's a church here in Phoenix. I mentioned this on the show before, and they get police reports from intersections or from pieces highway roadways. The reason that they get police reports from intersections is they look at when there's a accident at a certain intersection, then they've seen that there's, like, the week after there'll be 2, the week after that or the month after that there'll be 3. And so the church actually goes down and they pray over the intersection, and they bless and they release any energy that kind of accumulates there. So I lived for years by the Missouri River in South Dakota, and you could go swimming one year in a beautiful, like, pool, like a really nice place, and the next year you could drown because the current changes. So you always had to be really careful. My point of telling you this story is this is clearing away any of the latent energy from previous lives around that. That's what this is doing. Okay, who's next?
Austin and Lindsay.
On Austin and Lindsay. Thank you guys. So I already started kind of reading for both of you. So Austin, so I was raised in a haunted house, right? And I would go to school in first, second, third grade, whatever, and I would tell stories about what happened the night before. And it would freak the kids out. But I just thought I was sharing stories. I just thought everybody had those experiences. They didn't. And in the book, I talk about my teacher going to see my mom, going, you need to get Chris looked at because he's like telling these fantastical stories. And my mom goes, no, they were right on. Anyway, so anywhere this is called Deep Anguish card. It's the it's what you've been told about yourself. That isn't true. And are you willing to let go of the need for people to get it or to understand it? My teachers told me you either get it now or you get it later. And what they meant by that is getting it is understanding. But you can't help people that don't want to get it, Austin. You're wasting words, you're wasting energy, you're so this will free you up. And this is mainly with family. But it's also like be really careful with who you tell your ideas to. Like, because you're really smart and you come up with these great ideas and way of doing things. Be free of being overly trusting. Yeah. There's this stiffness in the neck. Yeah, absolutely. Lindsay, you're right on. So look up, you can just Google Louise Hay, Hay, stiff neck. Okay. Yeah. And everybody, yeah, send Austin some really good vibes. But also the energy to see what's causing the stiff neck. and to be more judicious with your voice, Austin. Like who you're saying what to, especially people that don't get it. Okay. All right, Lindsay. Well, Lindsay, it's time for a fruit hat. Carmen Miranda. This is new clarity. This is you getting ahas, ahas, ahas. And so, I don't know, like, it's just new ways of seeing art, or it's like putting different mediums together. Yeah, I'm not like talking about me and Teresa Caputo. Get it? Because I'm a medium and she's a medium. No. This is about creating something. Like when Carmen Miranda came out, right? She literally had these hats with this fruit and flowers piled on top of her head. Anyway, an artist is that I was thinking the Mexican artist
Frida Kahlo.
Frida Kahlo, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Kenan. He's the producer. It's why he's here. Thank you, thank you. Anyway, very very unusual type of medium, putting it together, or being this new kind of clarity, but also these huge ahas, and talking about healing. Even putting your hands on Austin's neck, but it's more of a emotional, mental, also that's needed there. Okay. All right. Who's next?
Hannah is. I'm laughing about Lindsay dressing up as the Chiquito banana lady
Lindsay dressed up as a Chiquita banana.
for Halloween, right? She's like, I needed a Halloween costume idea. It's fun.
Okay, that's too funny. Oh my God, I love it.
So it's Hannah de la Vega.
Okay, Hannah. All right, here we go. Okay, this is gleeful celebration. I used to love to watch the show Glee, and I would like, oh my God, how great it is to just kind of walk down the hallway and then burst into song. Actually, it's a production. It takes days and weeks of practice. But this is your hard work or your practice, your paying off. It's not confetti. It's not a disco ball, but it's the glitter. It's glitter. Anyway, it's a time for celebration coming for you. Focus on that. Luz, again, we're going to go rewrite your story. Focus on the happy ending and what's working for you, and stay away from what's not. And any projections from your family. Okay.
Virgo Giles is next.
Okay, Giles. So the judgment is always in my favor. The judgment is always in my favor. And anywhere anywhere okay, this is judgment. This is being free of judgment on yourself for anything that you did wrong. So sometimes, right, ministers or religious leaders or political leaders or whoever they are, school teachers, will say, you've done wrong, you've done bad, when you may have failed a test because you couldn't study because someone was dying in your family. Well, you know what I mean? It's these arbitrary judgments from others that it's going to be releasing, where you're more okay with who you are. You know, Dee loves you for who you are. Not who she turned you into, not who she hoped you could be. No, it was just for who you are. So can you do the same? Can you do the same for yourself? Absolutely love you for who you are. And anywhere where you have judgment on yourself, Giles, I release all self-judgment. You can write it on a piece of paper, take it outside and burn it. I mean, it's actually an action that you can do that will help release the energy around that. Yeah, Dee's coming through really strong right now about any of this self-judgment. If anything bugged her when she was alive, no, it wasn't very much, but it was like, be kinder to yourself, Giles. Be really kind to yourself. Because the self-judgment in releasing this, well, this is happening. Remember, as I said before, it's not anything you need to do. It's just occurring. This is what Spirit is giving me the message to go. This is what's occurring. Is you releasing self-judgment, which has had a major effect on your physical health. Okay, who's next?
Abby in Maryland.
Abby in Maryland. Okay. Thanks for staying up, you guys. Okay, so Marilyn, you're not passing the baton, but it's important for you, it's important for you to train. Okay. So when you go camping and you build a fire, Smokey the Bear says, put the fire out. You pour water on it, you stir it, you pour water on it again, you stir it, you pour water on it again. Okay, I'm using this illustration, Marilyn, because sometimes you think, or sometimes in the past you have thought that you're not really having much an effect, but you actually are. So it's like you built this campfire and walked away and it started a forest fire. In other words, your spark lit somebody up. Your spark, I'm using this as in a good term, okay? Your spark, even though you didn't think you had much an effect, your spark lit other people up, and then that person lit that person up, and that person lit that person up. Now, you're not going to be able probably to see the impact of it until you're on the other side, and then that's no time soon. But this is you passing, it's like teaching. That what you say and what you teach matters. Okay? All right. And then we've got my dear Abby. So Kenan the other day, he did a mala class, making a mala at the yoga studio, and the cord broke. She's like, no big deal. I just start over. There wasn't any emotional attachment to it, right?
Right? I said
Yeah.
Opa.
Huh?
I said Opa.
He said, Opa. You know? He said, Opa. And he just started over. Anywhere, Abby, where you're okay, this is again past life stuff where I have to have a do-over. No, you get to have a do-over. You get to. This is new beginnings for you, but it's in a new way or a new area. It's about a motivated beginning. This is, you can do this, you've got this. It's finding joy, not just in the race, it's finding joy from the earth, from the wind in your face, from the exhilaration of the run, the blood pumping, the crowd cheering. It's broadening your awareness of, oh, I have to do this race again, I have to start over. No, you get to. And then you get to see things from a different perspective. Okay? I don't know how far Kentucky is from you, but there's something with Kentucky and the horses. Or you and Marilyn praying for somebody in Kentucky. Yeah. Okay. Who's next?
Jeff Reynolds popped on, and Edwin said thank you so much. He has a lot on his mind this week because Wednesday it'll be 5 years, I guess.
Well, thank you, Giles. I really appreciate you. Jeff Reynolds is on? Okay.
Yeah, and then did you do Lana already? Or
No, I haven't done Lanny. Okay.
So
Let's
Jeff and then Lana. Yeah.
Jeff and then Lana?
Right.
Okay. All right. Hey, Jeff, hope you're still on.
He said he'll see you in a few weeks, but
Yeah. 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, we're going up to the Sholo Film Festival. So, Jeff, it's October. By January, things will have turned around for you significantly. This is building foundation. So I'm not sure if you're thinking about actually doing a foundation, doing a nonprofit. But this is for profit. This is all right, Jeff. Anywhere, this is oy vey. All right. I don't know if you saw the beginning of the show. This is a previous life coming up for you during the Great Depression. And anywhere. So call on your angels to shine light on any of these repressed fears or energies or stories that are no longer serving you. Those are stories that are in the Akashic records from the Great Depression, where any of that energy, where are you willing to release it and let it go and return to the Akashic records? It's in the records, but any of that energy that has attached to it from the Great Depression, where you may even lost your life. I'm not going to get into details on this, but letting that go and bringing in this new energy for this abundance and this building a foundation, a new beginning, a new way of living, a new attitude toward life, and getting it, doing it. It's happening. The universe is abundant. You deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. That's your mantra. I deserve it. Oh, and this is a child. You're an adult now. Anywhere where anyone is viewing you as a child, kindly return that energy. You can do it kindly. And I'm always and forever free of the need to be taken care of. It's okay to be taken care of by a partner, but when there's a need, that's coming from that previous life. Oh my God, there's a lot of energy clearing on that. I think you all can feel that, right? That's phenomenal. Okay, and then we've got Lana, right?
you got it.
All right, my dear Lanny. Thanks for hanging in there. I love reading for you, Lana. I get the biggest kick out of it. So this is really a great message for all of us. You know, angels, they have wings and they're white and they're beautiful and they bring in light. And they're just really kind and loving. And yes, they are. But then they can be bloody scary. Like this angel coming in with a sword. I mean, this is so a sword can protect and kill, right? This is calling in the angels to do away with darkness in no uncertain terms. So that it's not on you to have to take care of it spiritually, mentally, emotionally. These are the angels coming in. They will take care of this. They are taking care of this to clean anything away that is no longer serving you or that may be on you or anyone you love. Any darkness or any oppression of any kind. This is you having that relationship with that angel to go fix this. Do it now. And to tell them to clear people's thinking or clear their energy field. I get this it's kind of like somebody it's not you, but it's somebody in your family where they go to a party and then everybody at the party says, "Hey, this place is boring. Let's go back to your place." And all these people go back to this place to party. I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about negative energies have followed this person. That's where you call upon the angels to do your bidding and cutting them out, cutting them loose, clearing that field of that person or people. Okay. We have everybody?
No, so Scott Ambrosi.
Rosie?
Yep, Edna, Diane, Christine Luckett, and Michelle Ramirez are still up.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Who's next?
Scott Ambrosi.
Okay, Rosie. Here we go. Thank you guys for hanging on. It's the Queen of Cups, Scott. It's the intuitive compassion. But this is being compassionate with yourself. Not at the expense of someone else. So this is more compassion coming to you, for you, of you. Where things flow more. And also, sometimes compassion is about saying no to others. It's enough is enough. No. You know, your kids are young teenagers. Are you going to let them go to a rave? No. And they think that's cruel and unkind, whatever. No, that's compassionate. So this is kind of similar to Lana's card where that sword comes in and it cuts out the negative. That's true compassion. And like Marilyn Pitts. Marilyn was a hospice nurse, and it was compassionate of her to allow people to go, right? She helped prepare the way and helped people to transition in the best way possible once they were ready to go. So this is compassion for you. All right. And now?
Very good. So, Edna.
All right, Edna. All right. Are you always and forever free of the need to give? It's safe and okay for you to give to yourself now, fully. And are you open to deserving and just simply saying thank you? Any wrongness or badness on yourself that you've put, let go of that. This is generous giving. But it's also generous receiving. So the universe, what I get from this card is the universe is giving you these generous gifts. Be generous in your receiving. And I'm talking to everybody out there on the show. Are you willing to be more generous in your receiving? All right, who's next?
That's beautiful. Diane.
Okay, Diane. Okay, so Diane, this is definitely taking up rope yoga. No, no. But this is you being here on this planet at this time is a gift unto others, as it has been for me, for the family that's on. We know that you're a gift. This is, again, very similar to Edna's about generous receiving. You're a generous giver. Now, generously receive. Okay. Who's next?
Awesome. So, you got Edna and Diane. So, Christine Luckett.
Christine Luckett. Thank you so much for being here, Christine, and hanging in here. I appreciate you. I know it's late where you're at. So, Christine, you know what? Any way, shape, or form where you were a Puritan or a they're showing me like a past life where you were a Puritan, where there was so much judgment on anything you did, or partying or drinking or indulging in food or. This is really enjoying life. This is you moving into a period of life where you're really enjoying it, free of judgment on others, or free of the fear of judgment from others to you. And anywhere where that's happened to you, are you willing to let that go? Because people that are in judgment of you are in way worse judgment of themselves. So it's like pitying the paupers, getting, because there are many people out there that are poor in spirit. And can you draw back from giving to these people that are poor in spirit of your spirit in excess to where it's draining you? Okay. They're not invited to your party. This is limiting people that are invited to your party. Okay. So this is your party. Stop inviting or feeling like you need to invite people. I'm sorry, I'm going to shut my phone off. Stop inviting people to your party that just break your nice things. And any of us, right? Don't invite those people anymore. Those are people are moving out of your life. This is you enjoying life more. That's the cherry on top. You're getting the cherry on top. Enjoy it. Like, it's awesome. All right.
Last is Michelle Ramirez.
Michelle Ramirez, thank you for being here. All right. So, Michelle, they're showing me Christ and the hundreds of people that showed up, and to hear him, and nobody really brought much food, right? And so that's when he multiplied the bread and the fishes, or at the wedding he turned the water into wine. This is your life. And really this is like I'm not spouting any one religion, you know that. But I talk about Buddha. I talk about the Buddha consciousness. So I talk about the Christ consciousness. And this is anywhere. Oh my God, Michelle, this is clearing major stuff for you and for all of us. Thank you. Anywhere where God loves the poor more than the rich, baloney. This is more money coming in and letting go of the people that are judging you for going on trips or for having nice things or and all of that energy. There's energy attached to it. So this is like even ancestral. This is family, judgments that are accusing you of arrogant wastefulness. And it's just not true. Okay, this is, so they had baskets and baskets of fish and bread left over, right? After all those people were fed, well, they probably threw it out. Oh no, oh, that's arrogant wastefulness. You have a connection with spirit. In no way, shape, or form is that arrogant wastefulness. And God, Spirit, Christ, however you want to put it, wants us to be happy. So just be happy. And this is very similar to Christine's card about not inviting people to your party anymore that are constantly critical. And anywhere where, But sometimes critical people come into our lives to show us that maybe we're critical of ourselves. They're like mirrors and go, oh, okay, I'm done being critical of myself. I am going to go get my nails done. I am going to go get my hair done. And I'm going to like it. All right, do we have everybody?
That's everybody.
I love you all. We'll do this again tomorrow night. Thank you all so much.